Yo, Kpaceguy here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing a review of the Alpine premium audio system inside the 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. Now this is the L model, so it has a third row inside, and then it has the premium audio package on here, so we have upgraded sound system. This particular sound system is so hard to do research on because Jeep offers a Macintosh system in a lot of their upper trim levels of their cars, and so there's a lot of information on the Macintosh system, which I hope to get my hands on that system, but not a lot on the Alpine system. So I've done what I can. And so this has a 9-speaker Alpine system inside, and so it has 3 speakers on the dash. The front doors have one 6x9-inch driver on each door. The rear doors have 2 drivers. I think they have maybe a 6.5 in the lower part of the door, and then they have a 3-inch or 3.5-inch coaxial speaker as the tweeter mid-range kind of design. And then they have an 8-inch sub in the cargo space back there, kind of built into the side panel, which actually looks bigger than it really is underneath. We'll talk about that here in a second. So a total of 9 speakers in this particular Jeep, and maybe over 500 watts of total power. There is an amplifier powering all of these speakers. Now, 500 watts may not sound impressive to you in today's times, but I don't know what Alpine has done with this vehicle, but it actually sounds a lot more lively and energetic and more powerful than 500 watts would suggest. So we'll get to that part here in the later demo. I do want to talk about the screen here. The screen in the Jeep vehicles, or at least the newer ones now, are absolutely fantastic. The resolution on these screens is amazing. Really clear, gets very, very bright, easy to navigate, tons of listening options, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. They have Uconnect on here. So there's a lot of easy ways to listen. This one has Sirius satellite radio built into HD radio. So you have a lot of sources to really utilize this premium audio system built inside this vehicle. So I do want to make a complaint. Now, this is not a Jeep thing or an Alpine thing. This is just premium car audio issues. I love that when you get premium car audio, you do get better sound. You get a much louder volume. You get overall better clarity and stronger bass performance. But you don't get the premium audio controls. I would love to see audio engineers, as far as the car audio world goes, if you're going to put a premium audio system in these vehicles, give us premium audio controls. What do I mean? Well, if you go to this system here, you can go and change some of these sound settings, audio settings, but all you have is bass, mid, and treble, nothing else. You have surround sound options, so you can kind of make the focus more towards the driver's seat, or you can blend the sound to kind of surround you with all the other speakers inside the car, which is fine, but I want more controls like time alignment, or maybe like a graphic equalizer so I can boost and cut different frequencies. So small things like that would go a long way in the premium audio systems for people who actually care about their audio. A lot of people do care about the audio when they go for something like this, so it'd be nice to see. Not a complaint about Alpine or anything like that, but just the audio engineering in the car in general. Kind of a more funnier quirk as well in this vehicle. Usually when you get a premium audio system, you see a lot of labels. Like Bose puts a Bose label on every speaker that's in the doors or the dash. Who else does it? A lot of JBL stuff says JBL everywhere, but Alpine only has their logo on 2 spots. It's on each driver door. On the grille, it says Alpine, but other than that, there are no labels on the radio, on the rear doors, even on the subwoofer in the back. So you really don't know what you're listening to at all. Now, Alpine's been around for a very long time. They're very well known in the car audio industry, but they've also been around in Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram forever as well. That is their premium system, at least in the Jeeps. I know a lot of Chevy people use Bose. I think older vehicles may use Alpine, like the Chrysler 300, for instance. So Alpine's been around for a while in the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram lineup. And so I think this is actually its best iteration of it. This is the best Alpine system I've heard out of any Alpine system in a car. So I'm actually going to show you guys my suggested settings for this particular vehicle, what I found to sound best, and then I'll give you guys a sound demo and we'll do a full review. Alright guys, I have my phone plugged up to Bluetooth, how most people will do their audio. If otherwise, it'll be like Android Auto or something, but I have my Bluetooth paired with my phone here. And to go through the settings before I start the demo, here's what I found to be the best settings for most genres of music on the Alpine 9-inch premium, 9-speaker premium system. The bass I have actually down to -3. I think it goes up to +9. I have it or -9, and I have it at -3. Mid-range is at 4, positive 4, and then my treble is maxed out at fully at 9. So that was what I found to be the best sound quality for this particular vehicle. And so I'll do the demo for you now, and then I'll talk to you guys about my thoughts. Alright guys, that was a little bit of a demo of some songs I like to use in the home theater kind of setting. I use it here in the car. And you may have saw that I was playing with the bass slider a little bit during that last song. So I told you in the beginning of the video that that subwoofer is 8 inches, but it looks smaller. The grill on the sub back there is actually, you know, pretty reasonably sized. It's definitely noticeable. But if you look inside the grill, there's actually another grill on the inside, and it looks smaller than 8 inches. I don't know. It might be an 8-inch sub, but it looks pretty small. But with that being said, it does actually have a huge impact on the overall sound in the cabin. It sounds actually really, really good, only if you don't turn the bass past -1 or 0. So I have it on -1 at the end of that demo, and I put it all the way up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The problem with the sound in here is that it can get very muffled very quickly. There's a lot of bass in this vehicle and not a lot of treble. And when you have a lot of bass and not a lot of high end, you have a muffled kind of presentation. It sounds really closed up, like you're speaking through a pillow, kind of like this. So sometimes you can get that problem. I have my treble maxed out at 9, and I still wish that I had more. There's not enough sparkle or shimmer in this vehicle with this system, and because of that, it sounds very muffled and kind of dull, not very exciting to listen to on pretty much every genre of music, unfortunately. Now, because of that, I lowered the mid bass down to about 4. But honestly, moving it up or down didn't make too much of a difference at all from what I could hear. So it really doesn't matter where you put the mid bass, but I kept it on the lower or closer side to middle so that it didn't really interfere with the music too much. Now, the volume, I told you this is about a 504 watt system, but it sounds a lot more powerful than that, and it does. It gets plenty loud with really no distortion. What Alpine is doing is they're adding a DSP, and it's limiting the bass from getting too loud so that you're not causing harm to your speakers and you're not causing distortion to the sound. So it stays relatively clean the whole way. Now, because of that, when you increase the volume, the bass stops increasing with it. So eventually you hit a max bass volume before you hit a max overall volume. So you lose some bass when you turn the volume up, but that's when it sounds more clean, honestly, is whenever that bass stops moving with the volume knob. But that's what all cars do nowadays. I really like this system. I really wish that they had more high-end added to it. There are 3 speakers in here on the dash that are coaxial, so it's a mid-range driver with a tweeter built in. I would love to see the tweeters in the A-pillars. That would help a lot with the overall presentation and having that high end come through more. It's so far up in the dash that it's not really helping the listener. It's so far away. The car it's a long vehicle. It's a 3rd row 7-passenger vehicle, and so the distance from driver's seat to the dashboard is actually really far. And because of that, a lot of that high-end sparkle gets lost inside the glass. It kind of gets stuck up there. And I would love to have it more forward if I could. It's angled up, and they're relying on the glass to kind of shoot it towards you, but it's not really effective. So I would love to see it in the A-pillars or even in the doors themselves. I think that would help, just like they have it in the rear. Now, one of the things that I did have on during the demo was the surround sound mode. Usually on every other car, I turn the surround sound mode off because it takes the focus from the front seats and puts it around the whole car so you don't get a true stereo image. But this is opposite. When you hit surround, it actually brings more focus up here in the dash and you hear more of the sound in front of you versus on the side of you. You actually do get more of a surround sound feel with surround on, but the focus stays here. It blends better with the mid-range and the subwoofer. When you turn it off, it really does sound like left and right coming from the side. A little less lively in my personal opinion. So I left surround sound on because it kept the focus more in the driver's seat, which is what you want. You want all the energy to be up here because you're looking forward, everything's forward, you're moving forward, the screen's forward, so you want your stage to be up here. So I kept the surround sound mode on so that we kept that forward sound. Overall, not a bad system. I do have my nitpicks. I do have my complaints with the high-end part of things. I do wish it had more of a higher-end register. It's pretty lackluster up there. But overall, this is the best Alpine system I've heard in a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram vehicle. So they're doing good things now. It really makes me want to listen to the Macintosh system because the Macintosh is, of course, a paid upgrade on some trim levels. And it should expand on the audio quality because it's more powerful, about 920 watts. And it has another, I think, another 7 or 8 more speakers added to it. So I'm going to try to get my hands on the Macintosh system and see what improvements that makes. But the Alpine system is not bad at all. Again, there's things that could be improved that I would like to see adjusted. But other than that, it's a solid system. I think most people will be happy with it. With that being said, guys, leave me a comment down below and let me know what is your favorite car audio premium system. Bose, JBL, Alpine, Harman Kardon. What is your favorite one that you like to listen to that you've heard the most? Leave me that down below in the comment section. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are not already. We will see you guys in the next video. Kpaceguy out. Peace.
You can say I lost my mind. I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.